Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Seen Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is Miss Wendy Williams. And Wendy has made some news by doing something that no black woman should ever do. Not even a week ago, Wendy did something that I highly advised on several videos that black women not to do. And she did it. And she got embarrassed. And she got rejected. She was let down. She was disappointed for all the world to see. And what did Wendy Williams do? Well, she asked Gary Owen out for dinner on live TV. And I want you to watch this for yourselves.
Not saying she's wrong.
She's watching right now as I flutter my eyes at you. And I'm about to ask you, do you have plans for dinner?
Huh? Whoa. That was fast.
Tell me yes or no.
I don't have plans for dinner.
Would you like to have dinner? Because here's what I'm thinking, right? We go to Fresco by Scotto, where I was last night. Let me tell you something. You're going to melt at the food.
Really?
All right, just say no. Tell me about your movie. No, he's not saying yes.
I'm not saying, listen, what I'm not going to do, I'm not saying yes, no on the air.
Okay.
Because that's how more rumors get started. And I'm in enough rumors as it is.
Yeah, but I can clear this up. I got the purple chair every day.
Oh, that's right.
So it's like, yeah, you saw me ask him out. We went to Scotto. We had a good time. Then he took his Uber back to his hotel, and I took, my car back to my apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
Separate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Then that's fine. That's just two friends having dinner.
Yes, two friends having
dinner.
Tell me about the movie.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait till this hits the streets. Thanks, Wendy.
So, Wendy, what were you thinking? It seems to me that she is still in grief and is still hurting about the dissolution of her marriage, which is normal. But if that's really the case, you need to give yourself space. You don't need to be jumping out there in the dating field. And this man is smart. He's just going through a breakup at the moment. I believe they were married for like 20 years. And you need time to grieve this particular loss or death of a relationship. And the last thing you need to be doing is to be jumping back into a relationship or going to dinner with someone who does want a relationship. Wendy. So therefore, that was ill-timed. It was foolish. But I'm going to explain to you why I say it was foolish. This particular picture right here was posted by a black woman who I follow. Now, she's all about the love is love thing. And I can tell you some problems with this right here. Black females should never post this unless it is their significant other. But the reason why they should never post this, and this is not her significant other, because you are in some type of a way uplifting or pedestalizing a group of men who do not do that for black women. Understand one thing. White men, generally speaking and collectively speaking, do not have truly a high regard for black women. Now, I do not say this to make black women feel bad. I don't do that. But let's be honest. When it comes to the dating pool or dating options, black women are at the bottom of the totem pole for the vast majority of white men. Now, with this picture right here, what people are probably going to say is that love is love. They love just throwing that in there about love. They try to silence you with that. Love is love. Okay, it's love is love. Love is love, right? You said love is love. This is just going off on just a little bit though, but love is love, right? Because for some strange reasons, love is love, but this is somehow perverted. But don't they love each other? That's slightly on a different topic though, but still relatable. But here's the point. This is a group of black men right here. Black men, okay? 85% of these black men here prefer black women. This is what they prefer. To date, to marry, to procreate with are black women. Follow me, because I'm going to bring this home. Okay, here's a group of white men here. Now, with this group of white men, 95% do not prefer black women. 95% do not prefer this. So here's what I'm saying. It is not that black women should not interracially date or marry. Do that or marry whoever you want to. They could be black, they could be white, they could be Asian, they could be Middle Eastern. Date, marry whoever you want to. But here's what I would advise. Because of this number right here and what Wendy Williams did, I do not advise that black women throw themselves in front of a group of people who collectively place them at the bottom of their dating options. That's what I'm saying right then and there. If you're going to date a white male, allow them to come after you. The outcome tends to be a lot better. Most black men do prefer black women, regardless of what you are hearing. Some of these YouTubers make it seem like they're hating black women or they want others. That's a myth right there. And I'll probably do a video about that because what they're looking at is Hollywood. They're looking at athletes, entertainers. I will agree with that. It tends to be higher among athletes and entertainers for some strange reason. Maybe the options are more. But then again, if you took athletes, entertainers, and sports figures, or to collectively speaking, they don't even make up 1% of the overall U.S. black population. So therefore, the vast majority in this U.S. population do prefer black women. The vast majority of these white men here do not prefer black women. If it's going to be ethnic women, for white men, their first choice of ethnic women is going to be Asian. I said ethnic. We know that their first choice is going to be white women. But for white men, their first choice is Asian women. Their last choice is black women. This is the reason why I advise black women that she should not be throwing herself at white men. This is Dorothy Dandridge. Many of you are familiar with her story. For those of you who are not, she was a 10. This beautiful woman, to me, was even more so beautiful and voluptuous as Marilyn Monroe. But what happened with Miss Dorothy Dandridge? Let's read about this. Go to the second part. This is the second paragraph. Divorced at 27, she began a series of unhappy love affairs with powerful men, one of whom, a producer and director, gives her the role of her life. It earns her first nomination for Best Actress, Oscar, ever given to an African American. But parts of the black leading lady prove hard to come by. Keep reading. Go to the second part where it says there is a disastrous marriage falling. Nightclub owner Jack Dennison, which was filled with drinking and intense fights. He would beat her, give her black eyes and things like that. Now she says this: some people kill themselves with drink, others with overdoses, some with a gun. A few hurled themselves in front of trains or autos. I hurled myself in front of another white man, she dryly recalls. If she didn't have any luck looking like this, being as successful as she was with white men, what makes you think that the average black female is going to have luck? This is the problem, is that when you throw yourselves at white men, when you make yourselves available to white men, when you go hitting them up on dating sites and things like that. So I'm not saying do not interracially date. Again, what I've always been saying, and I've done several videos about this for black women, I advise you not to throw yourselves out there to white men. Make yourself available. Make yourself available, but allow them to come after you. The results will be different. Whether you're on these dating sites right here, anyone, picture up there, auto up there should be enough. Those white men who are attracted to black women will find you if you're their type. 95% of them do not want a black woman. And there's nothing wrong with black women. This is just the way America works. This is their mentality. This is things that were passed down. They prefer to date within their own race. There's nothing wrong with that. Black people prefer to date within their own race also. There's nothing wrong with that. There's everything wrong with knowing that a group of 95% don't want me, and I'm throwing myself at them. I'm pursuing them. I'm running after them. No, they should be doing that to you. Allow the men to do that to you. Men are natural hunters and gatherers, seriously. They like to pursue. In fact, no female should be pursuing any male, to be honest with you. But it's even more so tragic when black women throw themselves at white men. That is tragic, knowing that this number does not really prefer them. And when you throw yourselves at white men, this is what you're likely to get. My wife is black. My son is biracial, but white supremacy lives inside of me. Yes, you're more likely to get a racist. Because, here's the reason why. Most racist white men will not go after black women. However, when black women throw themselves at them, they're willing to experiment. They're willing to dip in chocolate, so to speak. They're willing to try things out. Many races are very conflicted people. They go in and out of like more racist this moment, less racist that moment, more so this moment, less so that moment. So therefore, when you make yourself available, and many races try to prove that they're not racist by befriending blacks or this slogan. Some of my best friends are black. Some even by procreating or marrying black women to try to alleviate that guilt and try to make themselves believe that I'm not racist. But this is what you're more likely to get right there. You're more likely to get a racist. So to avoid that, don't run after them. Don't go after them. Racists by nature are not going to go after a black woman. They won't do that. But if a black woman puts herself out there, yes, a racist will go after her. He will try her out. And, I grew up around white people, and I can tell you their mindset. They are more threatened by black men. They are less threatened by black women and black children. So therefore, all I'm saying in this video, this is not a video against interracial unions, against interracial marriages, against interracial children. This is a video against black women making a fool of themselves, making themselves seem desperate and hard up and so available, almost too available, hurling themselves, throwing themselves at the feet of white men, a group of men who do not really prefer them. So hopefully that message is loud and clear. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.